Hi, my name is Jim. I grew up in the 80s playing in the bars. Got out of our basement when I was about 16 and started playing and played the bars out in Saskatoon and around Saskatchewan. Funny enough, I actually replaced Jarin in a band. I found this out later that he left this band in Saskatoon and moved to Calgary, and I was the replacement. So we found out after knowing each other that we both played in the same band. Got born again, started playing in churches. I have a little church band with my son. But when it comes to guitars, I'm pretty fussy, and I like my guitars to play like a dream. I have a hard time buying a guitar because I'll play like a $4,000 Gibson in a shop, and it doesn't play as good as my $900 Epiphone that Jarin's tuned up. How I found out about Jarin was I was doing renos here in Calgary. The guy's house I was renoing, he had a guitar, I played it, and it was like a $400 Strat, but it played amazing. I'm like, how? I don't understand, this doesn't make any sense. And he goes, well, I took it to this guy. I was like, oh, can I have his number? So that's how I actually met Jarin. It was one of his guitars that brought me to him, like a cheap guitar that was tuned up really well. He's fixed my wife's guitar. The headstock snapped off of it, fell off of a table, whatever, and literally I thought this guitar's done. It plays like new again. So Guitar O.R for me now, I send everybody I know that needs guitar work, I send them there. I feel like I'm sending them to my best friend. I trust them, I know they do good work. There was an old music shop back in the 80s in Saskatoon, HEL. It was sort of this just down-home shop. You'd go there and the people there were so friendly. It wasn't like some of the music shops are very corporate. Jarin somehow has maintained this 80s feel to his shop. I like the dogs, I like the people are friendly. Jarin feels more like a friend. You take your guitar to a shop in town sometimes, or if you buy a new guitar and they're gonna tune it for you, I just know it's kind of pointless because they're not gonna go to town on like Jarin will. I'm like, sometimes I let them do it and I'm like, okay. And then I brought a guitar that Jarin actually tuned up, or that was tuned up at the music shop. I brought it to Jarin afterwards and he's like, oh, the frets are all on level. This bridge can't even go into it. You can't actually intonate this guitar. And he fixed it right up. I actually worked for Sheldon Dingwall years ago back in Saskatoon, and I got this while I was just after I was done working for him, sort of out of the shop. But it's a 4-string. I like playing 4 strings. Typically, guys that like 4 strings don't like 5 strings, and I'm one of those guys. And guys that like 5 strings don't like 4 strings. They're just a different animal. But the thing I loved was the B string on the 5 strings. But I don't like I don't want to play a 5-string bass. So I saw a video of Dingwall had designed what they called a bead bass, and they took the 5th string and put it in the 4th string place, and then this became the E, the D, G, you lose the G string. And I was like, hey, so I brought this guitar to Jarin, and you can't just slap strings on a guitar like that. So he tuned this thing up so that it can be like a 5-string without a G string. So this is one of my funnest things that he's done for me, because I was literally ready to spend another $3,000 on a Dingwall, but I was like, for whatever it was, $150 or something, he turned this into like my 5-string guitar, so without the G string, so it's still a 4. When you're good at what you do, people see it, they know it, and he'll be doing this as long as he wants to because he's the best at it. So again, I recommend everybody I know to come here. Congratulations on 20 years. Love you, man, love coming here. Again, I have a hard time buying a new guitar because my cheap guitars play better than the new expensive ones because of what they do here.